YouTube? Crumb Freak here. As you can see, little Maddie, he's going to be assisting me in all my future gun vids. This is his debut, and my wife named him Maddie after Mad Bad Voodoo. Okay guys, the 590 shotgun, I got a sub of mine named Vic, and he needs to know how to take his trigger group down. So anybody who's not interested in seeing this trigger group taken down probably don't want to stick around. Safety check this firearm. Nothing in the magazine, we're empty. Safe direction, pull the trigger, load it, put it on the safety. Go ahead and pop your pin out. Come out nice and easy like that because I keep them nice little film of oil. Let's get the shotgun out of the way, you're not going to need this. Yeah guys, if you're don't have a 590, you're probably not going to be interested in this. He's got a fouled up trigger group, and I'm going to show him how to take it down. Now, in my last 590 video I said not to let this go off. It's pretty important. The reason I said that is there's a sear that's down in the front right here. These little cams or gears that are on the hammer. If this is just laying there and it goes off, this is going to slam, and it slams into that sear hard. I mean really hard. So I don't want to see you guys damage that, and that's why I said that. So I got to get moving here pretty quickly. This is where 10 minutes can kill you. There's a spring in here for your trigger. That's going to be the first pin we take out right here. I'm going to put my finger over the back so it cannot shoot out. Push that right out. Okay. There you go. Here's the pin. It's your hammer bar. Little cup. Goes on the back like that, and your spring. It's probably a 30 or 40 pound spring. It's pretty heavy. I don't know exactly what it is. Next piece we're going to take out, so we'll go ahead and take the hammer out. That's this pin right here. See how easy it comes out? Bang. Nice and easy like that. Let's keep that together. Okay. You want to take your finger now and keep it over the top right here. This is the next pin that's going to come out. It's going to hold your trigger, your safety, and your trigger bar in. All three of them. Let's go ahead and push that out. Pin comes right out, nice and easy. Once again, just a nice little film of oil. I mean thin. I mean my hands don't even feel greasy, but I know it's protected. Okay, pull it on out. Here's your safety. Trigger bar. And your trigger. It's got a little spring on the back. You got to be very careful you don't lose that little spring. Now at this point here, the only thing that's left in here is the action release, which has two springs. One's on this side and one is on this side over here. Stylus. Streamlight. Stylus right here. It's not Stylus Pro. One's on the left side, one's on the right side. Your sear's up front, and it's got its own spring also. To get that sear out, I would recommend you take this action bar out of the way. Otherwise, you have a heck of a time getting that sear and sear spring back in. So just remember that. And if you want to take these out, I don't care what parts it are. Take a really good look at them. Draw them on on a piece of paper, or even use your phone and take a picture of each part you take out and how the springs sit in there on them. But all that said, let's go ahead and put this back together. This is kind of tricky right here because you got to put the trigger bar, and that safety in kind of all at the same time. The safety's got a high ridge right here. It's not flat. It's got a high ridge. The ridge needs to face the front of the trigger group. I'm going to go ahead and stick that in. It goes right in this little slot right here. And I'm going to put the trigger down in. Now you got to make sure that that little spring right there's a flat part on the trigger. It's going to sit in there, but at the same time it's not ready to seat in there yet. I'm going to go ahead and get it started on the safety a little bit. You'll see how it fits. There's a little notch that comes out and it fits in the safety kind of like that. Next it's going to go in is the trigger bar. It's got this little mouth right here, these little ridges. It kind of sits on top of the sear and grabs the sear. Then there's a spring. I'll let it go, please. No, I want it to go and it won't. There's a spring right there that you're going to have to push down. There it goes, let it go. So you go ahead and hook it in there and push that spring down and get it into that little nipple right there. There's a hole at the very top of the trigger, and that goes together. And you just got to kind of play with it. Be patient. I'm not patient. That's my problem. Oh, I just lost because I was playing around there. Okay, let's push it back up. Let me get the safety in first. I know, guys, I don't have a camera person. I know it's bad angles, and I know it's bad light. And this is mainly for Vic to help him, and I hope it does. See this spring right here? Go ahead and lock this little lip. Back down, push that spring down. Now, I'm gonna have to turn it, guys, so I can work with it. I just can't work with it like that on that angle. I just can't. Okay. Let's get this started again. This is where 10 minutes, you're under a lot of pressure, or I am, to get this done in 10 minutes. I wish I had 13 minutes because it would make all the dang difference in the world for me. It really would. Okay. Uh-oh. Here's where we got to start again. The spring came out of that trigger. Let's just start from scratch, guys. You got to be patient. I'm not going to cut this out. I'm going to let you see it. Just got to be patient. Get that spring in there. Just dang safety in there. Make sure that high part is facing forward. There it is. Safety's in. Trigger's kind of up. Get that bar in. Lock it under that lip of the sear. Push it down. And line it up on the trigger. There it is. Okay. Now, hopefully it's in. It is. The spring's okay. I'm checking the spring. Just got to get your hole lined up now. To do that, you got to kind of play with the trigger, which will lift that safety up in the rear, as you can see. But don't worry about that right now. Just get this pin in. As long as you don't lose that completely, you're okay. Oh, please. There it is. And just push it in and let it go. And you're okay, because it's locked in now. Okay, the next piece that's going to go back in is we're going to go ahead and put this hammer back in. Kind of want to stand it straight up. You're going to have to defeat a spring there and force it down. This is where you need 3 hands almost. I wish I had a camera. I wish my wife would film me, but she's got her own things going on, so I don't want to bother her. But get that hole lined up and go ahead and get your pin in, get your hammer in, and we'll worry about getting the hammer up. See, it's not going to let you get the hammer up because you're going to have to push that sear forward. So let's take this little screwdriver, push the sear forward, and push the hammer all the way forward. At this point, we're going to take the trigger bar. It's got a little notch in the bottom. There are 2 little, inside the trigger, the hammer itself, inside the slot, you're going to see 2 little bars in there, whatever you want to call them. This is going to fit on the top one. Make sure it goes on the top one. But first, you got to stick it in the hole. This hole right here goes all the way through. So you got to make sure that goes in the hole first, and not out it like I just did. Put it in the hole. At the same time, you got to kind of get it in there. Make sure it's on that top bar like it is right now. It's fine. I got it in there. Now you want to put your cup and your hammer in. And then you're going to take your light, you can see in here, and make sure that that's sitting properly. You could barely see it, but I could see it. Now guys, I know it's going to be hard to see on this camera. I know the lighting's horrible and it sucks, and I'm sorry. But I hope this helps who I want it to help. Anyway, I just let the frigging hammer come back, so I'm going to have to push the sear forward again. Ay, 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 ay. Oh boy. Push the sear forward and hold it and get that hammer back up. Why does this happen to me? Only me, guys. There it goes. There it goes. Okay, it's still on the bar. I'm going to have to put the cup back in and the spring back in. Make sure it's on, and it is. I can see it right there. I can see it. It's on good. Okay, now we're going to have to put the pin in. The pin has got little grooves on the top right there. It's going to point out the right side. The shotgun was pointing this way. It'd be out the right side. So you go start it with the smooth side going in. There's my warning, so we ain't got very long. Let's do this real fast. Let me take my punch. You're going to have to defeat the spring. You're going to have to push the spring down at the same time. Push that pin in. And it's a pretty strong pin. And it's in. Not all the way, though. Not all the way. I want to make sure that goes in all the way. And there it is. Okay. Now at this point, go ahead and cock it completely back. Let's bring the shotgun back over. Now you're going to have to take your cartridge stop, which fell out on this one, and your cartridge interrupter, and make sure they're in place. And to do that, you want the back ends of these flat up against the receiver back here. So take your finger right here and kind of hold this one. Hopefully the stop will hold itself up in there. I'm going to take the trigger. It's going to fit in first this way. And that's not up against right there. And there it is. Always put the front end and then the back. Put the pin in and we'll safety check it real quick. Just give it a light little tap. There it is. The pin's in. Okay, safety off. Let's pull the trigger. Pull the trigger again. Use the action release. Working good. Pull the trigger. Cock it. Put the safety on. It won't let you rack it and it won't let you fire it. Safety off. Fire. Okay, guys. I know it's probably a boring video for most of you, but Vic, I hope this helps you out. Salazar, I think.